Good day, folks. Okay, so now that I have finished watching the Investigation Discovery special on Making a Murderer, I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on this. I'm sure you've been anticipating. So I think the part that, and pardon my camera if it shakes a little bit. We're currently in my bedroom. It is Sunday after all, so there's a lot of movement. I think the thing that ticked me off the most was when the narrator says, "Is it possible for a man to be wrongfully convicted not once but twice for two different crimes?" Well, I can answer that question. This is actually a question that a lot of people have posed. How is it possible for him to be wrongfully convicted twice? And I'll tell you, folks, it's possible to be wrongfully convicted twice when, first of all, it's not impossible. Okay? It's not impossible. People love to say lightning never strikes the same place twice. I call bullshit. Over the course of, however fucking many millions of years this earth has been in existence, are you telling me that lightning has only struck each and every single inch of this exposed soil only once in the entire history of the world? That's bullshit. Come on, guys. On a long enough timeline, anything is fucking possible. Number one. Just saying. And the thing about the assaulting of his cousin, guys, again, first of all, they bring up the cat. What the fuck is with this cat? Was it like an especially rare breed? Is that why everybody's so incensed about it? It has nothing to do with this case. Therefore, it is irrelevant. So shut the hell up. Yes, I know I don't have as much makeup on today as I normally do. My day off. Suck it if you don't like it. Then they bring up the woman that he assaulted, and I'm going, she was talking shit, and while I don't agree with how Stephen Avery handled it, I kind of do sort of agree that she deserves something. Just saying. You don't want people fucking giving you grief. Don't fucking give them grief. Poggle, however, they play the clip from the press conference about how Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department was there only to provide resources. And that's clearly bullshit. Poggle, you're a liar. You're a complete fucking liar. You lied to the public because they didn't just provide resources. You had them investigating, for fuck's sake. Are you telling me that you didn't have enough people to handle the investigation? Come on! And what really gets me is they always say shit like, clearly those bones were left 20 feet from Stephen Avery's door. Yeah, which would denote that it's bullshit. If you're going to commit a murder, why would you leave the fucking evidence on your own damn property? Duh. And I love how the narrator stated the experts concluded that the bullet that was found was matched to Stephen Avery's gun, but no ballistics expert actually said that. They all said that the tests were inconclusive because there was not enough of the bullet left. And I love how Kratz says that the cops re-interviewed Brendan Dassey. You know what that does, folks? That puts the suggestion out there that they only re-interviewed him once. Let me correct that misconception, folks. That boy was re-interviewed 4 times over the course of 48 hours in interviews that were upwards of 4 hours each. That is a psychological torture tactic, by the way. Call Guantanamo Bay and ask them. And I love how the narrator says something about the graphic description of the crime by Brendan Dassey. He barely said anything. He barely said a fucking word during that entire interrogation. If you read the transcripts, you'll see that most of the description comes from Wiegert and Fossbender, and he just says yes or no. Pay attention, folks. But I do love how Counsel Buting pointed out that almost every piece of key evidence was discovered conveniently by Manitowoc County sheriffs. Again, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. And Kratz, oh my God, haven't I told you to shut up? You are such a fucking joke. Says the jury watched 3.5 hours of Brendan Dassey's confession and they decided that, it was genuine. Yeah, convenient how you didn't show him the last hour and a half where he's bemoaning to his mother that they got into his head. My God, Kratz. You railroaded that poor child. And Kratz lies again. I love, though, how the narrator states that now Kratz has to try this case again, this time in the media. He tried it in the media the first fucking time before he ever stepped foot in a fucking courtroom for it. That's how he won. He poisoned the jury pool. And I love how Kratz lies, flat out fucking lies, and says that Teresa told Tom Pierce that this guy creeped her out and he said, don't go in that house. I don't remember that anywhere in the transcripts or in any of the evidence. Do you? Because I didn't see it. And I love how he says that he lured Teresa Halbach onto the property using Star 67. And that he gave a different name and phone number. Again, Kratz, we've covered this. Yes, he used Star 67. He even fucking admitted it to the police. And the different name he used was his sister's because it was her car he was selling, you schmuck. And that she was driving up the road and must have realized that she'd been duped. The address is on Avery Road, you fucking yutz. How could she not know? And he says that the 4:30 call, he believes, was Stephen Avery setting up an alibi. Isn't 4:30 when most of that raping and stabbing and choking and throat slitting and all that shit's going on? You think you're going to stop that shit in the middle of everything to make a phone call? Not to mention that it never fucking connected. It never connected, folks, which means her phone was already fucking turned off or smashed. Either way around it, the phone was off. Otherwise, it would have connected. Why do I have to explain this shit to you, Kratz? Oh, that's right, because you never had to pass the bar. Yeah, Ken Kratz went to a law school whereby it's like this thing in Wisconsin, if you go to like these one of two law schools, you don't have to bother passing the bar. So he didn't take the bar. And he was elected DA. How the fuck did that happen? Oh yes, the irresponsible claims made by the film. Well, what about your irresponsible claims, Mr. Kratz? Funny how you never mentioned those. You want to talk shit about other people not being fair to you, but you're not fair to fucking begin with. All tubes have a hole. Yes. And when they take those fucking tubes of blood, the hole closes automatically. They don't close when the fucking tube has been tampered with years after the tube was taken. And I love how they keep talking about the burn barrel being right outside Stephen Avery's door. It wasn't right outside Stephen Avery's door. It was on the other fucking side of Barb Jana's property away from Stephen Avery's house. Can we please put this shit to rest? I would have expected more out of you, Investigation Discovery. You can't even cross-reference that. And Kratz says that they threw Teresa Halbach in the SUV after they shot her, which is weird because the actual narrative, because this is what he says that Brendan Dassey says. The actual narrative from Brendan Dassey was that they threw her in the car before they fucking shot her. If it was after they shot her, there would have been blood all over that, especially being shot 11 times. And he says he gets really bitchy about them bringing up his sexting shit at the end of the film, and to suggest that these behaviors were there 3 years before. They were, Kratz! You were addicted to fucking painkillers and Xanax. You freak! Oh, and I love where Kratz says that Brendan was able to resist suggestibility. So suddenly Kratz is a child developmental psychologist, apparently. Fucking moron. In the end, I will say that Investigation Discovery did an okay job. They did much better than Dateline. Of course, they didn't set the bar very high. Investigation Discovery did a fair enough job. They did about as good as could be expected. However, I don't think that they did as good of a job as they could have and should have. However, it was much less biased than other reports that I have seen, and I actually don't feel like I wasted 45 minutes of my time. So, all right, folks, I'm going to cut out here. I've got some awesome new fucking information to go through. In case anybody's missed it, the police interview and interrogation reports have been released. I will go ahead and include that link at the bottom of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.